So we're here today to talk about WordPress and how to create a website without the coding, right? Just before we start, I would like to actually explain everyone, especially the new people who joined us today for the very first time, who we are actually, who AstroLabs is. So we are the people who has this mission to drive the digital growth and transformation in MENA regions. So we're really inspiring entrepreneurial ecosystem, and we're trying to bring our value as much as we can do. And how actually we do this is basically we do several things. We help businesses to start their startups, start their businesses here in UAE and also in Saudi Arabia. We do have also co-working spaces also in both in UAE and KSA. Apart from that, we have lovely talent department who are in charge of finding the best candidates for your companies. If you're looking for any professionals, that's the right people to ask to help. And on the other hand, if you are the one who's actually looking for a job, we also will be very glad to help you to find the great company to join. Apart from that, we provide the corporate training for any digital marketing specifics or tech courses that your company would like to learn. So we basically craft our courses depending on your needs, business needs. And us today, we're joining within the academy, right? So today's mini class is within the academy department. And here we have a great variety of courses that we're offering for you in such fields as digital marketing, coding, data science, and the rest. So just not to take long from the introduction, before we jump to the topic, today's topic, and before I pass it over to Murtaza, I will ask you guys, don't be shy, try to ask as much question as you feel. Like whatever is not clear for you, please raise the hand or feel free to unmute yourself and just ask the questions. We're here to help you today, and that's your actual opportunity to get your knowledge, right? So now I think we're ready to start. So I would like to ask Murtaza to take over and introduce himself. Murtaza.
Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? Thank you for joining in. A little introduction about myself. Murtaza is my name. I'm a digital marketing consultant. I run Media Mavericks. It's a boutique agency. And I am an alumni of AstroLabs as well. Now, the whole idea behind conducting this course itself is because while we know that there's everything during COVID has moved towards digital, what we have seen is the main pain point of people is website, because that's the door towards your business itself. Now, as a startup or as a mid SMB, it gets really difficult at times, because you know that there are other companies out there who could design a website for you, but once the website is designed, now next what? So at some point you need to get control of your website itself. And as a startup, I believe that it's very crucial that website is done the way you want it. So that's why we decided to do a mini class to make you all understand on what can be done, how can you understand web development itself. And WordPress, let me share my screen so I could share the presentation. 1 second. All right. So WordPress is one of the most used content management system in the world. Now, what is WordPress? Because from your poll, I understand that you guys, most of the people are not familiar with WordPress, but that's fine. Just a few stats on WordPress and how it works. So WordPress is an open source platform. What is meant by open source is there are a couple of developers, a lot of developers who come into a place and then develop a content management system. Now, WordPress is free. It can be powered with a lot of plugins and tools. So from, let's say, from e-commerce store to a registration system to an events management system, or let's say to host online content for learning and education, everything and anything is possible in WordPress. WordPress is very easy. So that's why we crafted this mini class for you to understand the basics of WordPress. And by the end of today's session, our aim would be to make you comfortable using WordPress. And with this, you will start your journey towards creating the website. So just a quick summary on what we are going to cover. So I'm going to take you through WordPress admin, how it looks, how to access it, how to create pages, format text and headings. So this is for someone who already has a WordPress website. They'll be easily able to update the content. They do not need a developer or any other company to handle it for them. Adding links, videos, updating your portfolios, your products, installing themes and customizing their appearance. This is something really important, and I will make sure that you follow this step clearly with me. Then how to install plugins to extend the usability of your WordPress. And then in the end, the most important part that you need to have on your website is Google Analytics and Facebook. So this is something that's going to give you the actual data on who is visiting your website, for how long, and how you can remarket and retarget it later on. So please, I would encourage you to drop in your text chat messages if you have any questions or something, or if you would like to ask any questions in between, please feel free to ask me. So one second, stop presentation. All right. I would just open the presentation like this because I'll be jumping in between the tabs, so that's easier that way.
Okay, all right, no problem.
All right, so the first thing you need to do is you need to have WordPress to test it out. So after this session, Kate would be sharing the presentation with you guys as well. So these are some steps that you could follow. So if you do not have a hosting or WordPress installed, please install local. The URL is there. It's very simple. Download and click install, and there is nothing much to it. There's a tutorial on local website as well that you will be able to follow and install it. All right, so once you are done with this, we will move into the actual WordPress. So once you have installed the WordPress, WordPress is accessed using the URL /wp-admin. Now I've already opened it over here. So if you have installed, let's say your website is abc.com. So it would be abc.com/wp-admin. This is how you are going to access your WordPress backend. Once you do it, it is going to ask you for your admin username and password. This username and password, you will have it once you are installing it through local or through your hosting. This is the dashboard. Once you have logged in as an admin, this is what you're going to see. Now, the main menu is on the left. Home, updates. So when WordPress updates, you'll get updates over here. Post. So when you do blogs and blogs, it's going to be from here. You will add it over here. Media. Media is when you upload any images or videos or logos. They are going to be here. Pages. The main part of creating the website is via pages, and this is what we are going to do, and I'm going to show you how it's going to be done. Comments is basically used when you have an active blog. So if people are commenting, you will see them over here. Appearance. Now in appearance, this is the whole shell of your website. your pages and everything will follow a theme, a template. Now, themes and templates are something which is the skeleton of your complete website. Once you have a proper theme, you can design it the way you want. For this particular session, I'm going to recommend a theme to you for starting, and using that theme, you can start the website initially and then change it the way you move forward as per your requirements. There are other options over here, but these are a little bit advanced, so we'll go through it if we have time. If not, then you can experiment with them. The second important thing is plugins. Plugins extend the usability of your website. So for example, if you have a website and you want to install WhatsApp into it, you'll go into plugins, find a WhatsApp plugin, install it. If you want to have, let's say, e-commerce website, you will install the e-commerce plugin, and then it's going to extend the usability of your website. Then comes users. You are an admin user, you can create other users to edit or comment or do changes to the website itself. Tools, these are basically, the only important one would be site help, but this all are advanced. We'll go with if we have time. In settings, once you have installed the WordPress, the first thing that you will go is into settings in general. So let me just go through it now. This is the site title, which you are going to see. So when you open this website, so in order to access this website, see, I'm going to go here, view site. I'm going to open it. You see, this is called the title. This is the site title. And this you can change from here. This is the tagline. If you hover over here, you'll see learn WordPress without coding, and then the tagline. So this is where you're going to change it. Website address and URL, you do not have to tweak this. If you do any changes on here, it's going to stop working. And then it's a long process to get it back. Administrator email address, make sure this is always correct. If you forget your login or password, this is how you're going to recover it. And so forth. These settings are quite explanatory, and make sure that you have select the main actual time zone and everything. All right. Now let's go back to the presentation and let me tell you about themes. Now, themes are your skeleton of the website. Can we create e-commerce website in WordPress? Definitely, Faisal. We can create e-commerce website in WordPress. So once I'm going to go through the plugins, I'm going to show you, if we have time in the end, on how you can do that. So themes are the basic skeleton of your website. Now, there are free and paid themes. So what you can do is, if you would like particular, so if there are many websites out there, if you search for, let's say, WordPress themes, you'll get multiple websites where you can buy themes. If you have a business and you find something which is similar to it, you can purchase that theme and install it directly in WordPress, and within a day or two, your website would be ready. This is one way to go about it. There are free themes which can do the same thing, but in free themes, you'll have a lot of extra elements that you don't need. That's what we call bloated themes. Now, in free and bloated, both the themes are made generally for everyone. So it will not be for a specific reason that you need. So they will have extra plugins, extra scripts, which you won't need. So make sure that whenever you select a theme, or either it's paid or free, just do a little bit research about it. They shouldn't have too many plugins into it, or else it's going to slow your website. And it's very important that the website is very fast. Now let's go and jump into installing a theme. So in order for you to install a theme, let's go back to the home page. On the main front page, you'll go into appearance and you'll click on themes. Once you're on this theme is by default installed in your WordPress, and it's already activated. So you can switch into any of the install theme. These three themes come in as a bundle when you install WordPress. So if you want to activate any theme, you will click activate and it will be activated. Now, if you remember, I'd opened this my website on another tab. This is how it looks right now. Before, it was this theme, right? I have switched to the other one, 2019. See what happens. I'm just going to refresh it. Now the whole structure has changed. Now, if I'm going to switch it to this one, you'll see the changes reflect instantly. So this is how themes work. They control how the look and feel of your website. Let's install a theme that we are going to work with. Go to add new. If you have purchased a theme, you will go to upload a theme and then select that file and upload it over here. Right now, we are going to install a free theme from WordPress library. WordPress has got millions and millions of free themes and plugins. So we can select anyone. For this purpose, I would recommend going with Astra. Astra is one of the most downloaded themes. It comes with a few bloated plugins, but you can install them for initially. Ideally, always create your own theme. And the plugins that I'm going to show you today is going to help you do that. But for today's session, we will install Astra. So while this installs, I have already installed it in another over here. It's going to take a little while. So now the theme has been installed. You see now it says activate over here. Now, if I go back to themes over here, you will see Astra over here. I'm going to activate it. And once I click activate, it says thank you and get started. Now, each theme will require a couple of plugins to function correctly. While we are installing this and activating it, it's going to install a plugin called Elementor. Now, this theme can be built via Elementor, Beaver Builder, and BZ. Let me give you a brief about these plugins. Now, in order for you to build the theme, there are two ways you can do it. There is a thing called theme builders, in which you can edit anything from your menu, your headers, your footers, and then there are page builders. With page builders, you are going to use the headers and footers of the theme itself. Let me just clear you one thing. This is header, in which your menu sits, and at the bottom, this is the footer. Now, each theme will have a built-in header and footer, which you can modify to an extent, all right, but not completely. If you're using a theme builder, you can change each and every aspect of the website. Now, if you're using a page builder, in that you could edit the page, but you cannot edit the header and footer. Nikhil is saying, is it possible for you to show how to keep a static page saying website under construction while we work on the backend? Definitely, I will show you that. That's a quite simple step, and I will show you that how to do that. So this is there are two major differences in builders, theme builder and page builder. For this one, we are going to use Elementor. Elementor is a theme builder, which is going to help you do anything and everything. All right, so over here, I'm going to select Elementor, and it's going to install Elementor for us. Now, if the theme you install does not have Elementor, but you want to use Elementor with it, all you will have to do is go to plugins and click installed plugins. I'm just going to delete this for now so I can show you guys how. All right, so go into plugins. These are the plugins that are installed. You will go on top, add new. Now, WordPress is going to give you a list of free plugins that you can install. This is just a few. You can search, go into popular, recommended, favorites, and you can even search. So for example, I went into popular and here sits Elementor. You see there are almost 5 million people who use this plugin. Always look for a plugin which has good rating and a lot of people who have downloaded and are using it. It's reliability basically. If you just install something which very few people have, there are chances that your website might get hacked as well. So always do the due diligence before installing anything to your WordPress website. Once it is installed, all you need to do is click activate and you will see it updating over here. Now you see Elementor is here. All right. Now coming back to the theme, once the theme Elementor is installed, now Astra is giving you options to select a pre-built website. Now, for example, if you're a coffee shop, this is something you can start with. All right. Now, if you're a furniture shop, this is something that you would do. Restaurant, maybe, plant shop. So for this one, let's say I'm going to select this theme. I clicked on it. I find it amazing. It's the screenshots are here, how the pages look, service page, our project. It serves my purpose. So I'm going to install import complete site. All right, just select beginners, myself, next, skip, and it's important. It's going to, now what this is doing is it's installing complete package for you. So the images, how the pages are going to be, and all the plugins that are required, everything will be installed. And once that is done, we'll jump into editing those things to our needs. Now, how Elementor works. So using Elementor, we can create complete landing pages. So Nikhil, you just asked how to create, let's say, under construction. So we'll create a landing page for under construction. Then you can add videos from YouTube, upload new images, create hyperlinks between your pages, or link to another website. All of this is possible through this easy drag and drop tool that Elementor gives us. Still importing, let it import. In the meanwhile, guys, is it clear right now? Am I going too fast? Please share your comments with me so I can understand if everything is going smooth, you're understanding it. Perfect. Okay.
Actually, saying it's a little bit fast. But overall, it's great. Yeah.
All right. In case, see, if people are picking it up, that's fine. In case you find it a little fast, I think, Kate, you're gonna, this is recorded, so you will be sharing the recording with them as well, right?
Definitely, yes.
So you can go back to it.
Yes, I will drop my email. I will leave it in the chat so everybody can just drop me an email, whoever needs any recording.
It is just that there is so many things in WordPress that we cannot bring everything in just 45 minutes. So I try, the whole idea is so give you insights to it. Unless you play with it, you will not understand it. That's how it is. So I'm going to give you the basic tools for you to get started. And once you start, you'll figure a lot of things out yourself. This is how intuitive and easy and super easy WordPress is. All right. So now the import is done. I had showed you this website, correct? This is how the website was looking. Now what we're going to do is the installation is done. Let's click view site. See how it changes. Now this is the website that we have. This is the purpose of themes. It will give you the basic layout and groundwork, so you do not have to spend a lot of time working on the basic things. So now, for example, this background I need to change. I need to change the text over here. I need to change what happens when I click this button. The code needs to change or something needs to be deleted, but the basic framework is here. So now let's move into editing this. Close it. Now let's go into pages and click all pages. There are two ways to edit a page. Once you are logged in as an admin on WordPress and you'll visit that website, you will see this bar on top. Your users won't be seeing it. Your visitors won't be seeing it. Only you will be seeing it. So in this bar, you can click edit with Elementor and go and edit the page. Or you can click here on pages, go into all pages, and over here you will see all the pages. So you see this is the home page, about us page, contact us page, privacy policy, projects, and services page. Now over here, we need to change the look of the home page. So let's go to home page and click edit with Elementor. Give it some time to load. And now you see everything in WordPress is made into rows and columns. So this blue mark on top defines row. Sorry, I'm not getting Victor what you're saying. I think someone asked me a question. Did I miss something? Please. All right. So basically, what Astra is, Astra gives you a basic framework. And inside Astra, you can customize Astra with pre-built themes of Astra itself. So this is also Astra. So if you just install Astra, you won't get much on to work with. You need to install a sample, let's say a demo import of how the pages look. So once you install Astra, you can develop the same thing by yourself, but just in order to save you time, there are pre-built templates there. You can just import them. So this is the basic difference. Now, let's get back to Elementor. So this is how the Elementor looks. On the left-hand side, you've got the element panel. So this heading is here, images, anything that you want to put in your website, all you need to do is drag and drop. This is how easy it is. Now, we are not going to go into pro features, but if you find Elementor is very important, I highly recommend getting the pro version of it, but that's for later. Now, let's change this text. All you need to do is double click. Welcome to our website. This is the change that I wanted to do, and I'll click update in the bottom left. Let's go back to the home page, refresh. Done. So this is how easy it is. Now, let's suppose you want to change the background image. Now, the background image sits here inside the row. Because it's inside the row, you'll click this button over here. So there are 3 buttons on each row. One is to add another section. Edit section. When you click here, see the left panel changes. Over here it says layout, style, and advanced. For any element that you click, you'll get the same thing. It says adding headline, content, style, advanced. Let's click on this button, content, style, advanced. So whatever changes you want to do, everything lies under this panel. So now let's go and see where the background image is. I click on the row. In the section tab over here, click style. Here is the image. Now, how to change the image? Just click on it. Either you can upload it. There is a media library over here. So this media library is all the images that you will upload. Now in Astra, when I imported the theme, it has already imported all the elements that are required. So let's suppose I'm going to select this image and insert media. The background image has changed. Now you can position it. You can, let's say, bottom center. So you can position it the way you want and click update, go back, refresh. Real time, the changes are done. Now let's say the basic element, but click on it. Here is the link. Let's put astrolabs.com. Correct, right? Kate, it's astrolab.com, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Let's update this. And if you want to change the text on here, click visit now. Visit us. And click update. Go back to your page, refresh, and view the changes. And when I click it, it will take me to AstroLabs. All right, any questions till now? No questions, everything is clear?
Murtaza, so this Elementor thing that you showed, is it a separate plugin that we have to install?
Yes, so remember I showed you that how I installed Elementor.
Sorry, my bad, I was driving that time.
Oh, no worries. So Elementor is a separate plugin. Now, there are a lot of themes which come directly with support of Elementor, and there are themes which do not support Elementor by default. But with Elementor, it's very easy that even if your theme does not come with Elementor, you can install the Elementor and create pages in that. So it's that simple. Now, let's say while
No,
I'm
Murtaza, sorry, I have also a question.
Mhm.
If I have an already existing website, can I, it's .ae, can I
Okay.
move it to WordPress? And
So
can I keep it .ae, or does it have to have a?
yes, so your domain name is .ae. Now,
Yes,
domain name and hosting are two separate things. So
yes.
you can point your domain name to any hosting and your website,
Okay.
the name will remain same and the hosting will change in the backend.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
There was another question in the beginning where Nikhil was saying that I think it was Nikhil, right? That you have a website and you want to migrate it to
Yeah, that's
WordPress.
correct. So I had given basically initially I had given it to someone to prepare it. So it's just a basic website. What I want to do is actually explore more options and make it really more beautiful than what it is. So
All right.
the choice I have is right now, I'm familiar with WordPress where I'm working right now. So I really want to use and migrate it. So I don't know how to do that. I'm still learning.
See, in terms of migration, when you say migrate, if it's already made in WordPress, then it's easy to migrate to WordPress again. But if it's made in another system, let's say it's made in HTML and CSS or PHP, then what you can do is using these themes or Elementor, you can create it from scratch the way you want.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm not able to identify how has the person made it. I'm not so used to it. Anyways, I'll figure that out.
All right, I'm going to give you a website, it's called builtwith.com. I'm just going to type it over here.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to search for it.
Builtwith.com. Just put in your website, is going to tell you everything on which platform it's made, where is it hosted, what plugins are used and everything. It's going to give you all the details about the website. All right, so let's move forward. Now, if a section I do not want to use, so for example, I do not want this part, all I can do is delete it from here, or right click, delete, or backspace, select it and click backspace. So I'm gonna select and delete. So that section is gone now. Now, in case I want to add a new section, what I will do is I'm gonna click. So for example, after this is a complete section. So when you hover on something, you'll see a blue line covering it. That means all of these elements are sitting inside this section. So I'll click. Sorry. I'm going to delete this section and I want a section above this one or below this one. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to add a widget. Now, remember I told you it's rows and columns. So this is how it is. So if you want, let's say 2 columns, you'll select 2 columns. If you want text in the center, you'll just select this one. Let's create 2 columns. I want to have a text on the left and a video on the right. So I'm going to select 2 columns over here. This is 1 and this is 2. How you know this is a column is when you mouse over, hover on it, you'll see an icon of a column over here. If you click this icon, edit column, these edit settings are here. Now let's add a text over here. Now I'm over here in edit columns. Do you see this icon, the mosaic icon on the right? Click on it. It's going to bring you back to all the, let's say, elements that you could put over here. Let's drag a text editor and place it in over here. Once you do that, this is the normal text editor. You can write anything over here. And the good part about Elementor is what you do here, the visually, how it looks over here, it's exactly replicated on the front end. So there are no surprises. So I'm going to refresh the page again. There you go. So it's all visual. Now let's add a video. So I'm going to go back here, take a video from here and drop it here. Now let's select this video. You see the edit video options, the source. In this source, you've got multiple options over here. Self-hosted is for one. So for example, if you have a video and you have uploaded in your WordPress, I highly do not recommend that. Makes your website very slow. Vimeo, Dailymotion, or YouTube. So let's go with YouTube. Select any video link from YouTube that you want to embed over here, paste it over here. There are many options over here: autoplay, mute, loop, controls if you want to show controls over here. And then just once you're done with all the setting, just save it and refresh. Hamza, I do not get your question. So can we take input from user and they do some cleaning and transformation? What do you mean by cleaning and transformation?
Sorry, can I speak?
Sure, please.
Yeah, my question was if I can I take from user like semi-structured data, do some data cleaning, data pre-processing, make the data organized, and then display it back to user just for confirmation, to ask or to seek the confirmation if the results are correct or not.
Yes,
This is my question.
Yes, you can do that in WordPress, but it's not going to be that simple. You will need some plugins because you'll take an input, then process it, modify it, and then publish it back on the page. So this is something a little bit more advanced, but is 100% doable in WordPress. You just need a plugin to plug in, and then a little bit of edit in that, and then this is possible.
I just wanted to confirm if it's doable. Thank you.
Yes, it's doable, 100% doable. So here's the video. Here's the text that I just showed you. WordPress, which is all blocks. All right. So the thing is, if you're using the native blocks, and when you create a new page with Elementor, your previous data will be lost. This is something that you need to be pretty sure on which page builder you're using. If you're using blocks and your complete website is in blocks, you can create new pages with Elementor. It will not affect your old pages. But if you edit a page which is already built with blocks with Elementor, you are going to lose your data. So just be careful with that. I hope this is your question and I've answered it correctly.
Yeah, that's my question. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. It's always important. So if you currently have a website, it's always important to take a complete backup of your website. I'm going to give you a few tools towards the end. That's going to create a backup directly to your Google Drive, or you can download the backup, do some changes. And if something goes haywire, you always have a backup to just install it. So it will be just uploading a file and you'll have your previous WordPress website as it was. All right, so now let's go to a few other elements over here. Now, in order, let's say I want to have a color behind this column. So I'm just going to select this column, go to style, background type, classic, gradient, let's say slideshow. I don't want a slideshow, so let's go classic. You can add any color in the background by selecting. So let's select a gray color and update it. On this text, I want this text to be center aligned. So there are two ways I can do it. Select and one second. So go to style, center align it, change the color to white, change the typography. Now, the amazing part with Elementor is it loads fonts from Google Fonts. So you've got a huge gallery of fonts that you can select. So let's select my favorite one. Now I want it bold. So I'm going to select 800. I want to change the size. I'm going to make it bigger. I know it looks really ugly right now, but imagine how you want to imagine your site and do it exactly the way it is. So whatever your designer designs, you can replicate it in WordPress using Elementor. So these are the changes I did. I updated it and refresh. There you go. So anything you want to do, you can do it over here. Now, let me show you one more thing. Once I'm done with editing, you click here, go back to the dashboard. Now I want to answer the one question on while we are working on the website, how to create a landing, let's say under construction page. Once you exit Elementor, you are going to land up on this page. All you need to do is click on WordPress logo over here. It will bring you here. How are you going to add new pages? Inside pages, click add new. Now it's going to open the default WordPress editor, the block editor. Click edit with Elementor and wait for Elementor to load. Now you'll see the header and footer from the theme is already there. Let me create under construction. So I'm going to select this, select, go back to heading, drag and drop it over here. Say under construction. Center align it, make it bigger. And let's publish it. Now, once I have published it, says have a look. This is how the under construction page is going to look. I'm going to go to Elementor, exit to the dashboard. Now, if I go onto my website, the home page, it shows this page. Now, this is your landing page or home page. How would you change this? So let's go to appearance. And over here, you see customize. You have to click customize. Now, this is going to open a lot of options which are related to Astra itself. So you can edit the menu from here. Now, first, let's change the home page. Click on home page settings. Normally, when you install your WordPress for the first time, and if you come on this page, it will be on your latest post, because normally WordPress was built for blogging. So you have to select a static page. You have already created a under construction page. I had named it this Elementor 5 something. I selected it and I'm going to publish it. Now, if someone lands on my page, let's refresh it. They can see under construction.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much.
All right. Just make sure that you have to get rid of the menu on this page.
Yeah, I got that.
All right. So this is how you're going to make any page your home page. Now let's go back to our home page. It's called home and publish. It's back to normal now. Now just exit this one. Now let me show you how you are going to create a contact form so you can get data from the users. Now we already have a contact page in our WordPress. It's called contact over here. If I go here, this is the page and there is a form over here. So now let's edit this page. I'm just clicking on edit Elementor from the same page. Now over here in our elements over here, input fields, you see this WP forms. This is a plugin that Astra has installed. All right. You can use this as it is. It's very easy to edit it, but let me show you how you will create a form in Elementor itself. All right, my bad. Elementor's form, they have recently moved into the pro version. So I'll take you through WP Forms, which is a free plugin. So let's go back to here. And WP Forms, it will be pre-installed over here. You'll go to all forms. This is the contact form. If I want to create a new form, I will create add new. Let's create a blank form, let's create a simple blank form from here. It is also a drag and drop plugin, very easy to use. So for example, I need first name, last name, email, or message. Let's say I don't want message. I'm going to delete it. I'm going to save it. Now this is going to give me a code, a short code. So I'm going to click embed over here. And use a short code. Copy this code. Go back to your page over here. Either over here with Elementor, it's supported. So you'll just drag and drop it over here. Select a form. Says contact form. Simple contact form. And update it. On the front end, sometimes it will show, sometimes it won't. But let's go and check our backend if it's over there. Okay, so it's not loading. So let me see. I just need to, I think, refresh it and then it will pop up. All right, so let's go to the form, select the form over here. Here it is. So you can see all the settings of it over here. And once I submit it, so all the settings of the forms are over here. So what do you want to do after the submit will be here in settings, confirmations, what happens when someone clicks the button. And these are all advanced settings. I do not recommend you to play around with them initially, but feel free to explore them. All right. So this is how the contact form works. Now let's go back to installing your analytics. So in this presentation, I've given you links to Google Analytics code, how you are going to get it. Just follow this tutorial from Google itself and Facebook itself to get your codes. In order for Google and Facebook to track your audience, you need to install their pixel codes in header of your website. Now, how we are going to do it is, let's go back to a dashboard. Let's go to plugins and click installed plugins. We need to add a new plugin. Let's search for header and footer scripts. So this one will allow us to put any code, any pixel in our header or footer of the website. So let's install it and I'm going to explain it. This is a bit confusing, but it's going to be clear once I show you how it's done. So let's activate it. I hope you guys know how to install plugins and activate it. If it's not clear, please let me know. I'll repeat it once again, so it's easier. Now, once header and footer is installed, you need to go to settings. You will see header and footer scripts over here. Now, what we need to do is, you will have a code from Google and Facebook. I have already copied the code from Google, but once you are going to create it using that using this link, which I've showed, it looks something like this. You will copy it from here and you will go into the header and paste it here. Once you are done, click Save Settings. All right. Once this is saved, just add a few enters, give it a little bit space, go back to your Facebook code, copy your Facebook code and paste it underneath. Now these following scripts will be inserted in the head section. All right. So now when I refresh my page, Because remember, I told you header and footer are same throughout the website. No, it is not. So you can have it in any order. You can have the Facebook code first and Google code second. That doesn't make a difference. Now, yes, so I was telling you the header and the footer remain same throughout the website. So that's why if you need a tracking code, you have to make sure that, and we need to make sure that the code is loaded in all the website. So you place that code in header. So now Google and Facebook are going to track us throughout, whichever page we go. Now let's suppose there is a code which you just need to load on one page. In that case, you are going to edit in only that single page. Now that's a bit complicated, but that's also possible in WordPress. Any questions regarding what we did just now? All right, any differences how to do this for one page? To do this, it's a bit longer process, but what you will do is in creating that single page, you will insert a script on that page. So let me see if that's something that I can show you right now. All right. So for example, on this page, I just want to include a script. Let's say I just want to track this page and I want to have my code load over here. So insert HTML over here, paste your code. Now the problem over here is these codes for tracking, the one that I have, Facebook and Google, they are only going to work in header because that's where it loads. So for example, if you have another code, for example, HubSpot code. So HubSpot will give you a JavaScript code. That code you can add over here. So let's say JS and the URL would be here. I don't know whether I'm typing it correct or not, but you will add it over here. It will not display over here, but then HubSpot will be tracking your page. So this is how you will do it using Elementor. And there is no sequence to it as well. You can put that code over here or on the first page, on the top page, on the top of the page. It doesn't matter as long as it loads. All right. All right. So let's get back to what, not generic pixel. I don't get it. What do you mean by not generic pixel? All right, guys. So till she explains it, the three main takes away from here is WordPress is very easy and does not require you to do any coding. Select your theme wisely. There are a lot of themes out there, but just do your research on what pages you need, what plugins you need, and then select a theme. Theme is the quickest and the fastest way to deploy a website. And always install tracking on your website, especially Facebook and Google, LinkedIn as well. If you are on LinkedIn as well, so it gives you really good insights. Based on these insights, you will be able to do a lot of changes in your website. So for example, if people come on your homepage and they jump off, that means your page is loading slowly. Then you know that you need to do some tweaks. Yes, someone is saying something. Please go ahead.
Okay. Since everybody is, yeah, we're going to come to some questions that are coming in the chat to wrap up the session. Let me just share some details with you guys before we get to that section. So I'm gonna try to share. Just a moment. I'm sorry. Do you see my screen?
Not yet.
Not yet, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm going to drop a link in the chat for you to just fill this form for us. So we would like to know your feedback about this session. Was it useful? Would you like to see something else in maybe upcoming sessions? Would you like Murtaza to talk about something specific topics and cover more details to go maybe deeper and more advanced level? So please go through the link that I dropped in the chat. Fill the form for us. Also, whoever needs any recording, please feel free to drop me email on my email address. Yes. And let me try to share the screen again. Yeah, I hope you can see the screen now.
Yes, we can.
Great. So for those who are here, I have something to announce today. We doing some different courses in AstroLabs, and the one that you might be interested in is a digital marketing and certification course, which is coming very soon. So if you're interested to become a digital marketing professional with the certification, this one will be very interesting for you. And the good thing that I would like to share today is actually we given you a promo code, Learn DM, for upcoming program that is starting on 19th of September. So this will give you 300 dirhams off. The only thing, this coupon gonna be valid only for the next 24 hours. So please, if you think this might be very helpful to you in developing your skills, feel free to use it as soon as possible, right? So that's it from me. Basically, thank you for everyone to attend this session. I would like Murtaza to cover the rest of the questions that we still have in the chat, right? How many hours is the class? The class is more than 25 hours, but for all the information, please, 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 you can go to our website and just go through the whole description of the course. Website development course. Sorry, I didn't get the question. E-commerce website development course. We also do have actually the coding bootcamp, which covers more advanced topics like actually building the website. But for those who would like to go really hard, deeper, I can attend online, not offline. Yes, you can attend the digital marketing certification course online, but we are not making it next month. So yeah, so for now it's not available. The one that is currently going to be running, the next one is starting on 19th, and it's going to be here in Dubai in Courtyard. Yeah, thank you, Razin. She took the course 2 weeks ago. Thank you very much. Highly recommended. Yeah. Guys, do you have any questions to Murtaza, to our instructor today? Thank you, Maktasim. Thank you very much. Yes, I really appreciate your comments and feedback about our courses. Thank you.
All right, so I think, sorry, Kate, to cut you off. I think, Katrina, what you are trying to ask, I'm going to just answer that.
Yes,
what
please.
you're saying is the FB and Google, there is no separate code. So once you add these pixel codes on the website, they are tracking everything. Now, what you need to do is, for example, if you want to track if someone visits your thank you page, you need to create event on Facebook and goal in Google. analytics itself. So when someone visited, it's going to count it as a conversion, or an event is going to be triggered there. So then you can link it to your ad campaigns and all those things. I think this is what you're looking for. But there is no separate code as such that you will add on those particular page, because your complete website is covered once you add these codes into your header. Perfect.
Okay, great. Anyone, the last question, and we're gonna slowly wrap up it. Yeah, if we don't have any question, I would like just to say thank you very much, Murtaza. Thank you very much to everyone who made it to this session. I hope you found it very useful. Don't forget to fill the form. So give us some feedback and we craft some more stuff for you in the future. Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening.
Just one last thing, guys, you need to try on this. Try and experiment on WordPress. It's very easy, very simple. You're going to love it. So experiment and let us know how this went, how the course went. And thank you for joining in.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thank
For
you.
all information related to